Hello everyone. In this now I'm going to be talking about loops in Bash scripting. Okay, so let's get started. Okay, so in this video I'm going to be talking about while loops, until loops, and for loops. Okay, so let's begin with the while loop. Okay, so first I'm going to create my bash script file and name it create my bash script file. Let me make it executable. And then what I'm going to do is go ahead and access this file. Okay, and now let's write something like this. Okay, so x equals 1. Okay, so that's our variable. And then I'm going to write my while loop. So first type while, two brackets, let's just say while x is less than or equal to, let's say 5, then do echo iteration number, like that, and then type done, and then go ahead and save this file and then run it. Oh yes, something really important that I forgot to do was you need to make sure that you always add to your variable, because if you don't, the loop will go on forever. Okay, so let me go ahead and run it again. As you can see, it says iteration number 1, iteration number 2, iteration number 3, iteration number 4, and iteration number 5. So this indicates that this loop ran for a number of 5 iterations. Okay, so let me explain to you what happened. So we have a variable with the value of 1, and it says while this variable is less than or equal to 5, do everything that's right here. Okay, so what it does is that first it says that this is iteration number 1, obviously. Then it's going to add to x, okay? And after the first loop, x becomes 2. So x is obviously less than 5. So this runs again, and you get iteration number 2 this time. And then you add 1, then it becomes 3. After 3 is obviously less than 5, the same thing happens. Then it becomes 4. And then 4 is less than 5. Then we get iteration number 4, and then we add 1. Then we have 5. 5 is not less than 5, but is equal to 5. So it runs again, and then when we add 1, this becomes 6, and then 6 is not less than or equal to 5. So then the loop stops. Okay, so that's it for while loop. Okay, now I am going to talk about until loop. Okay, so let's go ahead and make my until loop file. You can name it anything you want. Okay, so let's type until, let's say x equals 5. Okay, something like that. You need to do this. Okay, enter a number, then just taking an input down, and then I'm going to echo when you reach the end of the loop. I'm going to type end of the loop. Okay, so let's go ahead and test it out. Until .sh. Okay, enter a number 1. 2, 3, 4, 6, 7, like 88, 55, 66. You see, it keeps on going. However, if I enter 5, it stops. It's because what this loop basically does is that it says until x, which is a variable, equals 5, just do all these tasks until it reaches 5. So whatever number you enter, even 5.1 or whatever, if it's not equal to 5, it keeps running. Okay, so that's basically what an until loop is. Okay, next I will talk about a for loop. Okay, so in order to write a for loop, this is what you need to do. Obviously, let me first go ahead and create my file. Okay, next what I'm going to do is just write my for loop. So I'm going to write for x in, I'm going to open my curly brackets and write 1, 2 dots, and let's just say 12. Okay, so it says numbers from 1 to 12, like iterate 12 times basically. Okay, then you have to have the semicolon and then write do echo iteration number x, okay, or whatever you get here. So it says for x in 1 through 12, it means x will get different values from 1 to 12. Okay, now let's enter done. Let's go ahead and save this file and then run it. Okay, so it says iteration number 1, number 2, all the way to number 12. So that's basically it for a for loop. Okay, and so please note that all these examples that I showed you are just examples, and that in a real life scenario the loops are going to be more complicated and a lot more complex. Okay, so in my upcoming course, which is going to be more advanced topics in Linux, I will cover more advanced bash scripting. Okay, so I hope you learned something useful in this video. Please like and subscribe to the channel. Thank you so much for watching.